Mr. Varga, many thanks for joining us today. My first question is, what are the main results of economic cooperation between Kazakhstan and Hungary since the establishment of diplomatic relations?
Our partnership or cooperation date back to the early beginnings, because the diplomatic relations started in 1992. Hungary was among the first countries which recognized the independence of Kazakhstan in 1991. So the next year, the next April in 1992, Hungary published the diplomatic relationship with Kazakhstan. So we have nearly 30 years together in a diplomatic comfort zone, and we try to find many areas where we can work together in the economic relationship. If we look back to the history, we can see the result is enormous, because Hungary located the first embassy in Central Asia in Almaty, in Kazakhstan. That was the basic point for many Hungarian businessmen during the last decades. And that was a reason why our economic partnership is the stronger among the region with Kazakhstan. So I have to mention in this area that the direct flights between Hungary and Kazakhstan started in 2017. This connection is essential for the businessmen, and not just for the businessmen, for all people in Kazakhstan and Hungary. And the other area in some economic sectors, in industry, energy, agriculture, food industry. So I think in many areas happened a good and positive sign in the business life, because I remember that there was a year when over $600 million was the economic amount, the trade volume among Hungary and Kazakhstan. So it's a good basis, and of course we have a traditional, a cultural cooperation, and of course every Hungarian knows that the ancient time we live together in the steppes, and we work together. So that is the reason, because we say that it's not just a simple business among our businessmen, that is a real friendship.
What are the indicators of trade turnover between our countries today? Has the pandemic affected the trade?
The flow of goods amount is it's great. Of course, during the pandemic, all countries decrease, and we feel that the economic situation is worse for the trade activities between Hungary and Kazakhstan. But now the Hungarian export is growing, and 58% higher than in the previous year. The flowed goods of amount is nearly $330 million, so it's a great achievement, I think. Of course, I was accompanied by 50 Hungarian businessmen in the delegation, and our aim is to create a more activity among the business society. So I believe that if we create a place and some partners in the other side for our countries, it gets result a much higher business activity. So that is the reason why, together with the Chamber of Commerce of Hungary, we organize a business meeting today, the business conference, and there were 8 partnership agreements in this business conference, and it's a good sign that after the pandemic we can find more solution to increase the level of the business activity.
Could you please tell more about these agreements that you mentioned now?
For instance, there was signed for an agreement in the agricultural sector. A great and a big Hungarian agricultural company make an agreement, our Kazakh partners, and of course in the pharmaceutical sector, because the pharmaceutical sectors from Hungary doubled the quantity of the export in 2020. So there is a good basis to create a better solution for the Kazakh partners, and of course perhaps invest in a country, in Kazakhstan, by the Hungarian companies. So these agreements help us and support the activity, and of course a good sign for other businessmen who are wait and see. I think the vaccination program in Kazakhstan and also in Hungary create a more moderate situation for the economy, and we can make more business.
Could you please share some information about future projects, maybe?
For instance, there will be a new office of the Exim Bank of Hungary in Kazakhstan, in Nur-Sultan, and the Astana Financial Center. It's a good place for create a better situation, a better financing program for the entrepreneurs. And of course, we would like to join companies, for instance, in the pharmaceutical sectors. So we not just trade and sell the products in Kazakhstan, we would like to work together, our Kazakh partners. So I think it's better for Hungary and better for, of course, the Kazakh people, for Kazakhstan. That is the reason why there are some new initiatives in the pharmaceutical sector which produce in Kazakhstan is a better for the Hungarian partners and of course better for in the region in Central Asia. The seed industry is very important inside the agricultural sector in Hungary, so we have a good quality and technology. That is the reason why Hungary is a main exporter in the region in Central Europe, and we would like to find partners here in Kazakhstan, and of course the land is enormous quantity in Kazakhstan, so we see possibilities to create joint companies, joint venture companies, and together perhaps we can create more seeds for the farmers, for the agricultural sectors. That is the reason why there are 3 or 4 different Hungarian businessmen here in different companies which try to find partners in the Kazakh side.
Mr. Varga, it was a pleasure to have you today as a guest. Many thanks for your time.